Welcome back to the channel. We're going to get straight into work on the old dirty wagon. Try to find a hole to patch. We're going to start making some patch panels with some template, some paper board, cardboard, whatever I got to use to get something going on here. I don't know where we're going to start yet. I have an idea what I want to get done in this video. I'm just going to see how far I can get. I'd like to tackle this little area here, but I don't know yet. I think I might do this here first because I don't want to cover this up and have to fix this later. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try to get these spot welds out in this panel here. Cut a little bit more, try to clean it up a little bit more, and cut this all out so that I can put new in here and this panel can go, and we'll figure it out as we go. Maybe this will help a little bit more. Trying to get a hole started somewhere. I think I'm fighting this piece here to be able to get that piece out from down here. I'm going to try to find these spot welds on this stuff, and may have to get my air compressor hooked back up, and there's some welds on here I'm going to have to grind down. Try to find these spot welds for right now. I'm going to sharpen up one of these bad boys. Oh, am I unplugged? There we go. Sharpen one of these up. See how that does us. Just been working this piece, trying to get it off. It's really fighting. Nice. We're getting there. I think I'm going to try to get these spot welds off this piece, and then so we could slide something in there and it'd be a lot easier to fab something up. Try to clean this panel up so I can see the spot welds. I can see quite a few of them. Slowly getting there. One piece at a time. I've been grinding for quite some time, getting a little bit of progress done. Got this all cleaned up on the top side. Got this off this front side here. What I'm going to try to start doing in here now is I need to make a cut just straight down. And we're going to get this off this corner, get all this out of this corner. And we're just going to put a piece of sheet metal all right here. May sound crazy, but that's the plan anyways. Been working it for a while, got all the spot welds on this side and on the back side. Just been working it. Not a lot to film on. Just not like if I wasn't on time lapse, this video would be forever, you all. Time lapses and key moments, I guess, is what we're going to do until this rust gets a little bit more on and on and on. Just a lot of cutting and grinding, cutting and grinding, cutting and grinding, cutting and grinding. Let me know in the comments if you'd rather see full uncut versions or if you like the time lapses. Go ahead, get back in the car. Let's go for a cut. Oh, come on. So close. Fighting for no reason. Spilt. Looks like there's still one spot weld. Where's my drill at? There it is down here on the ground. Where'd it go? Oh, I got it already. Never mind. Just gonna give it a little twist. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. I can get in here and get this piece off finally. This is definitely a metalworking tool. I'm going to switch to a red Scotch-Brite on the belt sander, get all this crud off of here so we have a nice surface to weld on later. I should have been wearing these the whole time, but got to start now. It's starting to mess with me. Stuff stinks. All that's cleaned up, I'm going to start getting this last corner piece out, and then we can start getting the test panel put in here. What do we got to do to get you out of here, buddy? So close. There we go. Let's clean this up one more good time. First piece we are going to be patching is finally cut out. We're ready to make a template. Finally. See down in there, we got her completely cut out. Just got to get some paper down in there, start making something straight here. It's going to be a lot easier than what I was thinking it was going to be. It just takes a lot of time, man. Get straight into this crap. Ain't wasting no time. This paper in here. Paper's actually kind of staying. Isn't that nice? fitting pretty good, actually. I'm not surprised. I did it myself. It wouldn't it be nice if we could roll this piece over? Well, we can't just yet because of the ridge over there. It's got to go up, like right here. It's got to go down and then flatten out. It can't just go straight over this. Not yet, anyways. Should I hold this thing as flat as we can? Let's cut her out. I hear thunder. It's been storming for days. Let's just cut it straight like this for now. We could come back after it's welded and get like a Dremel and cut these little hole areas out. So we'll just make it flat. Or I can get a razor blade actually and cut it real quick. But it's cutting it on metal would make it a lot easier, wouldn't it? I don't have a lot of metal. Actually, I only have this big piece, and it's too narrow. I do have this blue piece over here. It's got some holes in it if I can grab the damn thing out of here. It actually came off one of our old paint cabinets. That's got a lot of holes in it, doesn't it? We can weld those up. Take it over here to the car. I'm going to trace them to the metal first, and then I'm going to take this back into the car and test fit it just one more time. Ain't worried about them corners because we can beat that out. I need some of them Harbor Freight little clamps. There we go. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. I'll try to use the car as my clamp right now. Or my table, because I have all my truck parts over there. Actually, I should probably use these on this side. Make a little bit more sense. Use these over here. Don't tighten it too much because we're probably going to use some of this other metal on here. Make sure you're not going to be cutting the car. We're all out of freaking blade here. Come on. That's right. We'll use this one up here. Can't have nothing. Ugh. Whoa! We gotta do another cut. Just one more. Do a little something like that, maybe. Will that work? Ow! Our first piece. Let's clean these edges up. Let's go see how good our free piece of metal fits. Probably not very good. I know it's got a bend down in there at some point. We got it upside down. No, I don't. Oh, doesn't fit. Can't use it. Just kidding. How am I doing this? Ugh. Okay. And go back up, buddy. Go back up. Starting to regret my life decisions. Shit. We better just slide it in from inside, maybe? I just put a little bend in it just by hand. Trying to get it that shape that needs to go in. There it is. Did I cut too short over here? I think I did. Dang it. Damn it. See what we can do about that here in a minute. Yeah, I'm not so sure what happened here. I have no idea. That kind of sucks. I cut my template on the metal upside down. The slack was supposed to be on the top side right here. I guess that's what I did. I honestly don't know. I could cut that piece back out. It's right there. We could weld it back on before we even put it back in the car. Then we're gonna have to mark. We're gonna have to notch it, like right in there, and it has to drop down to here, something like that. We're not gonna cut that yet. I'm just test fitting it right now, trying to get a good glimpse on how everything's gonna be in here. Need to get this gasket off and clean that edge up so I can weld right there. I really want to weld today. I ain't had that welder out in a long time. I'm really wanting to right now. So I may cut that piece back off, get the welder set up. Everything's looking good from what I can tell. Get the welder set up, get that piece welded back on here. So basically from right when it curves, so I just cut straight off. It kind of sucks though, just extra work you gotta do for yourself. I'm gonna get that thing cut up, get the welder set up. We're gonna get this thing hopefully tacked up, get something welded onto this thing today. We actually just flipped it around. My buddy came over and has helped me for a little bit. We got a couple of tack welds done on it. Nothing crazy. It's gonna look a lot uglier until it gets better, you guys, so don't freak out on me. We got a lot more plug welds to fix on it, to finish in. I'm kind of regretting that we put it in so soon. I was gonna sand out them pockets where the heater was and get some weld primer on there or something, because it's rusty down in there, just surface rust. But it's too late. I'm not taking this thing back off. We gotta drill that hole out there yet for the heater, and I'll just do the best I can by hand. Just spray in there, do the best that we can. And then on the outside, I'm gonna put some seam sealer on this. Wherever I'm cutting and welding at, putting new metal in, it's getting seam sealer. I don't care how ugly it looks on the outside, it's getting it. And I'll put it on the same side on the other side so that it all looks uniform. And you want to be able to see it over there. If you don't know what I'm even trying to say here, do you? It's been a long day of cutting and grinding and all the other bullhickey. I'm just gonna keep doing it, keep welding, and try to get this piece in there and see what we gotta do next. Please don't be too mad at me, you guys. Trying to get some progress done. I was visiting a friend, so we kept working on it. Now we can get back to business. I want to go ahead and trim this piece back so that we can finish what we're doing, or keep trying to finish what we're doing. This thing ain't got much life left on it again. He was dying on me. I can't get my... I have to change this thing out again. Should be able to reach it now. See if I can persuade a little bit. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. We're gonna have to cut this straight off. Went and got some more sheet metal from the store. This blue piece, I did beat it down. I was thinking I was gonna try to put it here, but it looks way too sloppy. We're gonna have to cut it off at a clean cut down here because I want it to match that side as much as it can. And it has to be flat coming all the way over here. It can't go at an angle because it drains over here. If it goes over here, the water's gonna sit right where it doesn't need to be. So we gotta get this thing cut off here and then figure out a template for the next area we're gonna be putting in. Guys, you can look at my hair and look at me. I definitely am a guy that wings it. And so we're just going to wing it until something works on this car. We're going to seam seal, paint, epoxy. And hopefully that gives it probably 2 more years of rust prevention. All right. Get some of this paper over here. Some of this paper. We are going to try to go as far back as I can. Try to make a guesstimate on where these hinges go. I say they probably go further back than that. I think they go like right in here. Actually, I think they go like right there. So we've got to bring this thing back as far as I can in here. See now. Something like that would work. It is going to be further up. Just trying to get a idea of something here. Where'd the marker go? There it is. Two little blacks. So as of right now, I'm trying to think. What if it's metal, so I'm not gonna be able to do a really good bend in it. I'm trying to think here. Hmm. Give a little extra. That would probably work. Just the bend over here has got me worried. So right now the panel is gonna be. I can't just go up like that either. That's not gonna work. Just trying to think here. Looking at the other side while I'm looking at this side. Trying to make a decision. I guess it really doesn't matter as long as I don't go above that because the cow panel, the outer cow panel goes over this. And we can bring some sheet metal. I just don't want to waste a piece of sheet metal is what I'm trying to get at here. So how am I going to bring... Oh, something like just like that. That would work. Bring the sheet metal up. That might actually work. Let's go ahead and, I guess, duplicate this onto some sheet metal. I went ahead and put this piece back in. It just bolts in, so that gives us a little bit more of a reference point of where things go back together at. I don't remember what was down in that crevice now. I guess this panel was, which we're not going to take it that far back. Let me go to the other side and just check it out. I'm pretty sure. Okay, nothing went down there then. From the looks of it, it just like that. Good deal. Do another test fit. Now I think it might be too long. Was this the piece we was using? No, it was backwards. Duh. If we could just get a curve in at the very end of it, that would be great. By curve, I mean we're going to beat the crap out of it. And then we can Get another template in here. Straighten this hacked stuff up. Get another template back in there. We'll tack it up, and then we're going to tack this panel in as we do it. Take it back out so we can work it a little bit easier. I think we're still going to go ahead and cut this out on some paper or some metal. Or should we make it? Man, I wish I had a metal brake. Something like that would be nice. Well, yeah, okay, good. I'm just trying to eyeball these hinges over there. From the looks of it, it's probably like at the most right there. I need to go over there and measure it. It's a good thing I got the handy dandy pocket tape measure. From this front little lip here, we're right at 3 1/4. 3 inches and a quarter. So, come back here. Oh, dang. Oh, that's the stud. Yeah, okay. So, roughly right about there. So, yeah, that'll work. Let's go ahead and trace this onto some metal. What's up with this crookedness going on here? Is it really that crooked? I guess so. Alright. That sucks. Try to make these cuts as easy as possible. Whoa. Let's cut this thing out. Holy crap. My magic skills are on point today. As figured, we need to put a bend in this thing. This tang. More of a bend. Okay, maybe we shouldn't do it on this. Let's find something else more sturdy. Right here looks okay. Look at that. I'm a metal bending machine. Dang, we need more bend. How much more? Dang. Let me mark right where this bolt hole is so we can get an idea. Okay, running to the next problem I just figured out. This thing has to sit completely flush, flat. So we're going to have to either... What are we going to have to do down there? We're going to have to cut this panel and drop it down like it is over there. And that'll leave... I think we're going to have to cut some of this out over here. The joys of fabricating. Actually, I think I'm gonna put a relief cut. I need to mark where this. I'm gonna go over here and mark where this thing needs to be cut at. I'll be right back. We're gonna do this cut first. So if I cut this and cut that, this will drop down like it needs to. Take it back to the car. It's just a little fabrication we got going in this situation. Yeah, bend you downtown. I don't know why you want to take me downtown. I need another bend in this thing. Half tempted to just cut that piece off right now, and I'm not even lying. I'm not even joking right now, bro. It's right in the damn way. Zip it right there. So we can't keep going. It needs to stay flat. We can't keep bending it. It's gonna work with a good bend or just chop. We're just gonna chop it off. Give her the chop. Give her the chop of her life. Give her the slice and dice. That's not a knife. This is a damn cut-off wheel. Okay, gotta bend this corner a smidget. Or notch it. Just had an idea and I'm gonna try it over here real quick. I'm gonna put this socket halfway on my vise. Put this on the corner that it's rubbing. Give it a couple taps. Let's see if that helped it any. Get connected for free education connection. Come on. Didn't want to do this to you, pal. Have no choice. Get out the way. You're no longer part of this car. Get off. Okay. I think I'm gonna make a straight cut if I can get this thing in there. How's that looking? Where's them hinges? I think it still has to go further down. Oh, no, not right now. They're going to be like right here. They sit. I think they sit flush. Damn it, I messed this up. Piece needs to come all the way over. So now I'm short over there. Damn it. I'm telling you guys, fabrication is no joke. Yeah, it comes all the way. What was I thinking? Oh, I know what I did. I was worrying about the hinge part. Wasn't even nowhere near that yet. I can fix it. We can fix it. I went ahead and cut this hinge part too soon because that we're supposed to be making the flat panel right now. I see what I did. Okay. We're supposed to be focusing on the flat part. So we gotta get this piece put back into shape. Get her back over here. And I need to measure how far over that goes because we're gonna have to cut this back some as well. If you look at this side, here's the flat panel. I went ahead and was trying to make this panel when it does not flat all the way across. It has to go up and then up and over. So we need to just measure just how far over these bolts are. They're about, what? Almost 2.5. Okay. They go in a little bit. Well, no they don't. Never mind. Okay. So this ledge goes in about 3 inches off this here before it drops off. All right. So we got to go over. What? What? What am I doing right here, goofball? So we need to cut off. Put this in here. Let's take this over 3. Leave it just a little bit left on the cake here. Right there. Try to trace this thing. Definitely going to undercut it some. We're going to tack this thing in, and then we're going to build up some stuff. Try to build this piece here, go all the way over to it, and have it drop down, build this piece in there. Then we'll come in here and try to build this piece. It's going to be a lot of building pieces. Me and this little baby vise are going to really get to know each other in the next couple months. Get off! I used to have a really big vise in here, but it broke one day. Very unfortunate because this thing is very small. It needs to come more over and notch this table out, actually. What can you do? I guess we can notch the table out, huh? Really? Really? It's hard to concentrate when you got train blasting in the background. Alright, we need to clean this up. Grab my cutoff wheel. We'll just zip it real quick. Give it a couple tacks that we can take off later so we can keep building. Crank that gas all the way up to 5 billion. Somebody come in from the comments and hold this thing for me. Can't find good help these days. It's not fitting the greatest. This piece here, I'm going to have to trim this up on the little grinder. Gonna have to make her fit real nice and happy like. Much, 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 much better. Where's my clampies? I never find the big C clamp that I like. Just out here hiding from me somewhere. Where are you at? Oh, it's right here. The snake would have bit me right in the neck. How am I gonna pull this one off? Helmet? Where's the helmet? Where's the everything at? Just a couple of tacks. That's all we need. Just be able to pop this back off. Okay. Turn this back off for right now. Got to start cutting some more metal. So the next piece we got to make needs to come all the way over here to about 3 inches. It looks like I even cut a little short, which is okay. So we need some template paper, which we are starting to run flimsy on, which we got plenty of scrappage. I do want to bring it all the way over to where it originally was. And even try to, I don't know, we should probably put something down there maybe. Wrap it over, something like that maybe. So, if we go over, I'm going to say about, it doesn't even have to be perfect, because it's not, as long as the bolts are perfect, it doesn't matter where this is at. So I'm going to go over about 3.5 and mark it to see where that puts us. Just, this isn't even straight, so I'll just do a dot there. Do something there. Try to somewhat cut a straight line here. Bring that thing down. And the white truck take downtown. No? Okay. Bring it over just a hair smidget. Right here will work. Gonna have to remember to leave some excess on this side over here. So right now, I like where it's sitting, but we're gonna have to leave some excess over here. But this needs to be trimmed like right here. See how that looks. It gets welded in. I'm not sure how exactly it goes in right here. Look at the other side. This side's rotted, so it doesn't really help me right now. Okay, so you can still see inside of there. It's probably why it rotted out, to be honest. So just go straight off. We could put that curvature back in if we had to, a little notch. So right now it's fine where it's at. We're just going to have to leave some extra over here, like I just said 15 times ago. So about right there. How can I do this? Got plenty of this paper, and this paper's cheap. So I'm going to cut this out again. And just on this direction. Damn, this ain't long enough. Dang it. Grab a different piece of paper. Let's figure this out. I cut same length. Just this direction, I'm going to start doing a little something like that. Trim this line back up. See how that's looking over here. Flip it over where it belongs. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's get this on a piece of metal, which I don't think I have a big enough piece of the steel. So we're going to have to use, well, it's still, the painted steel I'm talking about. I'm going to have to cut a piece of the painted steel out here, which that's no big deal. We'll trace her up. Got a hole going on there. Just try to avoid the hole for now. Let's cut her out, baby. Back to the magical vise. Let's scoot her on down so it's not so loosey-goosey. Got my cut-off wheel that I've gone through about 7 blades today. That's alright. Sometimes you gotta use them all. Locked and loaded. Locked and loaded. Let's clamp her downtown. Alright. Where's my Sharpie and my tape measure? We gotta measure that 3-inch mark again for these bolts. I'll say about right there. Let me make sure my measurements are correct. Right in there. Next one's at like 7. So if we line this up, this should tell us where we need to notch this again, which we're doing it backwards this time compared to the other side. So we need to do it right about there. Bring it over a little bit. About right there. So we need to go about that far back is what I'm trying to say here. Bring the cutoff wheel over here. We can do it right here. I keep forgetting to put my respirator on. You gotta remember, man. Stuff stinks and gets all nasty in your freaking nose. Need more clampage. Ugh. We gotta try to bend this like back more that way. That makes sense. Ugh. It's hot. For my gloves. It needs a good round bend to it. If I can get one in there. Like shove it back in there. Ugh. Yeah, I guess it did help a little bit. Let's go all the way down. Not quite. Get this thing off so I can try to finesse it a little bit more. Ugh. Let's go back. Ugh. Something like that. Camper rack down. There you have it. That works. We gotta make sure this needs to be put in the right place. Where's my pocket tape measure? Right here in front of my face. Gotta open my eyes. Okay. Slow down here. So it's going down pretty straight. See, that side shows 3 inches. There ain't no way. This piece came off right here, was it? Is that it? Let me try to clamp this down a little bit. Guess we could put this in place and do some measurements off it because this is the original. If I can get it go back down. Okay. Get this thing out the way here. Try to figure out where I cut this off from. Came off right here. Where's my tape measure? Okay, there it is. Right there. Right there, give or take. About 2 1/4. Right there, it's about 2 1/4. This thing back in place. About 2 1/4. That's right about 2. So that needs actually. Guess we could always just move the hole just a little bit more over. Needs to be like right there. Okay. Let's clamp this thing back in. I like to give it a tack weld right here for now. Test this one more time. Gotta test a bunch to make sure this stuff's gonna work, man. It's all the way closed. It'll compress whenever we get some bolts in here, but on the back side, it's all the way compressed and it's closing. I'm gonna grind this up right here, give it a tack weld onto this, and then we can come in here, build something up for right here. Well, we can notch this back, like if it goes underneath here, we can cut that out. We'll get a tack weld onto this, and then we'll start making a piece for right here. Get it welded on. We may get a small piece to go into here. Kind of like, we can't circle it back up. Crap, that's the thing. Let me brainstorm for a second. Screw it, I'm gonna do what I said, just kind of circle it back up, make like a circle in there almost. So water will still kind of get out of there, I hope. Anything's gonna be better than what it is now, right? Gotta figure out this next piece in here. So I keep figuring stuff out. That's what we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna do a little bit of a curvature down here. Perfecto. Oh yeah, making progress. Cut that off a little bit more. Trace it onto some metal. All this damn metal we're cutting up. Gotta get this little curvature in here. Let's check that fitment. Ooh, baby. Fits pretty darn good. We gotta grind this up right here. See that, boy? How are we gonna hold this puppy into place? I guess we'll just sit it there and give it a tack on it. Gotta get one on the back side here. Or two. Or three. Alright. We gotta get this out in metal now. It's just a little piece to be cutting too. It's gonna suck. Got the cutest little guy cut out here. We gotta get it bent into place. I need a socket. Kind of just bend on her a little bit. I ain't playing these games. I'm Rick James, bitch. I'm Rick James. See if that does her. Nah, just a little bit more over here. Check that out. It's fitting pretty good. Now we just gotta get a piece made for the inside. I'm gonna get this thing tacked into place. Check that crap out, man. Doesn't that look good? Yeah, water is probably going to sit right there, which is not good. It's not like that side at all. I should have just done the slope on this side, how it is like that. But it's hard to replicate. It really is. As long as I think we put some chassis saver, or not chassis saver, some epoxy primer on top of on this, and then put a chassis saver over the top of it, I don't think it's going to matter if water sits there or not. It's not going to rust through. Epoxy primer and some chassis saver, that's some good crap, man. I'm telling you what. I'm tired. I am very happy with the progress tonight. I'm going to call tonight, and we're going to come back at it tomorrow and keep trucking along on this. I'm very excited for what's going on, man. Things are looking up, I hope. As long as the windshield goes back in and everything else works. We're cooking with peanut oil then. Back at her again, next day. I just put put the panel up here just to test fit some things. Just to eyeball some stuff of how things are looking. Just trying to make sure everything's still lining up the way it needs to be. So like I said, it's not the same exact thing over there. This side kind of like drops down, not as much as the other side, which is kind of different. what my side is. Mine droops down an awful lot. And it's, well, I guess it's really not that much. I get a piece in there. Just keep working along. There's little pieces of metal in here. I'll have to flip this thing over and show you guys. It doesn't tack down to the bottom of this. It just kind of just sits here. I don't know what the purpose of it is. It might not be staying in there. I'm just trying to figure out what I got to do to get this panel in here. It's hard to guess because both sides are rotted out. So it's kind of just, you're just guessing on what needs to go back in that general area. I know the spot welds for this start right here. So that upper piece, actually I think it only goes over to about right here. It stops over there. I have to measure it. And then that piece over here comes all the way across for this piece there. I guess I can mark it. Well, I have kind of an idea, which if you line up that spot weld right there, you guys see that? The screws would have helped. And this is kind of right about where it was cut at, I'm assuming. I can't come over anymore because that's the thickness of the blade. There is a hole here, so that also I need to re-drill this hole so this can be set back into place. And then I could get an idea of what needs to go, how far this thing needs to come over in here. If you guys catch what I'm trying to say here. I'm going to go ahead and drill this hole out if I can. Get a good drill bit. Let's see how good my guess is here. Get it lined up. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Need to get like a little screwdriver shoved in here for right now. I need some Clecos. I bought some on eBay, but I only got so much money to spend each week. Daycare's not cheap. And I got 3 children, so you guys get the idea where I'm going here. Money just isn't everywhere for me. It's not the best looking Cleco, but it works, right? So, get my Sharpie. Where the hell is it? We got to try to make a piece that pretty much comes right where I was saying at. Right in there. Now we can take this piece back off. The screwdriver back up. Pull this puppy back off of there. Ugh. Kind of weird how this thing works. It really is. We just gotta start making a template of some sorts. I feel like my droop over there is so much bigger than this one, but I guess it's really not. All right. Let's get to figuring things out. So, we need the paper, save some metal, to go about right there. That almost would work for this piece here. Man, this stuff's confusing. I think I've got an idea going here. So yeah, it goes there. So I'm not too concerned. We're going to button it up to this here. We're not going to cut this off. That would just be silly. We'll just put a piece here. So, trying to get an idea here. I need a bigger piece of paper. What's this guy look right here. That would work. All right, let's see if we can make something happen here. Well, the metal just isn't going to go right into this shape, but it's a good plan to have. That kind of looks goofy like that, doesn't it? let's cut it out and see how good of a template I actually made here. Say we get her tacked on there. We have to beat the shit out of this thing. Get that bend in it. Then it's going to be sticking up. The metal isn't just going to go down. Oh, shit the bed. I need to trim this stuff back real fast. Get a more of a straighter cut. I knew this piece right here was going to be a bit challenging. There we go. Give her a little bit more curve appeal. Zip this thing off in the line that it's going to be going, so I can also, that's kind of throwing me off of that point there. So if that's going right in line, it needs to be cut right there. That's a little bit better to look at. And that's honestly not bad. Not bad at all. See, now that we got some things cut up, it's a little bit easier to look at. I'd almost like to have, need some tape out here. Let me tape a piece of scrap right here so we can get this curve going a little bit easier. I know I got some tape out here. I might even use painter's tape. I don't know. Let's just tape the piece onto the back side. Then we can come and trim that piece up. So we just cut this piece out, and then we can, once this piece, we'll keep taking this back off like I've already said a billion times, so we can cut and grind all the shrapnel that's hanging on the backside, so it's all one piece. I'm going to get this transferred over to some metal. Running thin on the good stuff. Need to go buy me a good piece of some metal. Some clean metal. This stuff, you got to grind it and spend so much time cleaning it. Hope the battery's got enough juice to cut this thing out, huh? does have a curve to it, but we can beat that if we have to. All this metal cutting's making me hungry. Nice. It's like a really bad art project we got going on in here. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix that. Get this thing bent back over. No, I don't want to do it on that. Let me go find something flat and we'll just beat the crap out of it. It's more flat now. Just had to abuse it a little bit. What's going on here now? Where's the scrap piece? Yeah, I know we're going to put a little bit of a bend to it. Oh, how are we going to bend that? It's a decent sized little bend we got to do there. Okay, I guess we're going to go beat the crap out of the bottom of this. This part we're definitely about to wing because I don't have a metal brake or much metalworking skills in general. We're just going to be winging this little bend we got to do. Like right towards the bottom. Ugh. Ugh. That paint is coming right off there. We're going to have to keep bending it. We're going to have to give it some cuts, relief cuts, so we can also bend it. It's got to do a lot of shape shifting to make it to where it needs to go. It don't need much more, but it still needs to go some more. So it's got that shape kind of going for it over here. Oh, what's going on? I thought I had the shape. Now we got the shape going for us. You can see it needs to bend some, so we're going to take this. If we can, maybe we should cut those a little bit deeper. Cut these just a little bit deeper. This needs to go further back. Looking pretty ugly, I know. There. Holy crap. Now I got an idea of what to build off of here. See if I can get something. For this little guy. We should be able to find something like that pretty easily, right? I think this piece down here will probably work. This little corner. Cut this thing out. What am I thinking? Probably make it a little bit easier. Little piece is toasty. Let's try to weld it on. I'm just nervous this metal's too freaking thick. What do you guys think? I think that's too thick of metal. It looks like it's awfully thick to me. My fear is that the windshield's going to stick up too high is what I'm trying to get at here. Or something goofy like that. Because when we're building off of we're making a lot here. We're not just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say to you all. I don't know what to do about this situation here. So we can cut this back. I don't know. Just cut it for right now. Shit. I'm going to cut the panel out first before I think about this. Yeah, so we got a lot of cutting to do on the back side as well still too. I cut this excess off. I just took it off because I'm trying to get this piece up here to bend. I don't. I'm just trying to figure something out here. Work my freaking welds. Well, this whole time I was wondering why my welder was running like crap. Why it wasn't welding like very good. It's because my gas just ran out and my gauge never worked. I took the gauge off and opened the valve. It literally just went. It just, it's not good. Not good at all. Considering we have so much weld already on this car. Freaking sucks. We got a fresh bottle of some argon gas, 75-25 mix. See right there what we're using? Check it out. This video is already running at 1 hour and 20 minutes. We have a lot to do. Short time to get there. We got a long ways to go. So let's just start trucking along and see if we can get somewhere. I have finally got this piece where I'm happy with it. Yes, it's got some freaking, it's got some stitching in it, but it's gonna be good enough. You're not gonna be able to see down in there. We're gonna self-etch, or not self-etch, we're gonna put some well-through primer on here. I may go grind that one down just a little bit, make it look a little prettier. I'm not too worried about it, you guys. I know it is what it is. It could be better, it could be worse. The whole point of this is to have something solid in here. And water probably is not going to run out of there. It's probably going to sit right here. We'll have to test it out, and then we'll figure it out from there. Let's get some weld-through primer on the spots we're going to be welding on tomorrow, hopefully. Nice, nice. Let's give the backside a good dosage. We are going to be spraying some epoxy primer on all this stuff when it's all said and done, inside and out, and then putting chassis saver over the top of that, so we have some good metal. Looks like crap like that, doesn't it? Holy cannoli. Got our clamp back up, got her lined up in the hole. It warped a little bit after we took it out of the spot and welded on the bench, but we got to get these holes figured out tomorrow, wherever they need to be drilled out, and get the studs welded in. I think I'm going to call tonight, though. I'm pretty beat. Went ahead and drilled some plug welds. Just trying to stay a little bit ahead. I may put one more, like right here. I'm not sure yet. Maybe one on this side of each side of this thing here. And up here, it's just going to get welded all the way. And then down in here, yeah, I may put some there. But up in here is going to have to get seam sealed. This whole thing's going to get seam sealed all the way down. Just so that there's nothing coming through, you know. Today's the day. We got to figure out where these bolts need to go for the final time. We got to get the cow panel back up here. Maybe shoot some self-tapping screws into it. Figure it out. And we can zip this thing into place. And I also need to figure out, yeah, it makes sense. This may be too far out right here. We may have to cut some of that back. I don't know yet, which we can also do that later. We just have to test fit the fender and the door and just see where everything lines up at. This cow panel hates to see me coming. Well, I guess this drill does too, because it's in the damn way. So is this hinge. All that stuff down in the carburetor, it's just gonna get sucked right in the freaking engine. Just gotta make sure everything's lining up, okay? Looks okay over here. Yeah, it's gonna be a trim back just a smidget. Just a smidget. There we go. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Need to get this bolt out, put it back into place so we can line up these hinges. Do my damnedest to line them up. Look at that. Look at that fitment. It's nice to have some kind of reference to where things need to go back together at. Where's my hinges? Need to grind back those Sharpie marks so we don't get confused. Get out of here. So we need to go about 3 inches over from the middle of this. It sits right about here. There's a huge gap underneath, but we're not worried about that. Once we get it bolted on and all that good stuff and gets washers under there, it'll be alright. Not too worried about that stuff. That's honestly right where it needs to be. Pretty freaking good. Let's mark them, drill them out, and we'll get some studs welded in. It's nice if I can get these things off of here and reuse them somehow. But they've been on here quite some freaking time. I need to figure out what these threads are, though, so we can get some new ones. This will also be a telltale sign if they're lining up right. Even though this thing's bent. Pretty freaking spot on. We gotta get this freaking hole bigger. Gotta get her wallered out. Do it twice more, or once more. Dang. Does it fit? Bigger. We need bigger. Go big or go home. Too big. Dang. Still ain't big enough. Can't go much bigger here. Come on. Really? Enough of that for right now. I'm going to see if I can get these studs out maybe and save these. That would be sweet. But I honestly don't think it's going to be possible. I don't know. I've been surprised before. They may not even be welded on. They may just be sitting in here. I don't know. Let's take them over to the press. Silly me. Did I say press? I meant vise. How am I doing this job? Just crunch the rust. Yeah, something like this. Whoa, hammer going down. Grab 2 nuts. I'm not sure if these are even the right ones. They'll work. Something to beat on so we don't destroy the threads. That didn't work. Phase 2 of my plan. Listen, pal, I ain't got games. I ain't got time for this. This vise is a joke. It's coming past the second one. Let me try to get these inside the vise. Maybe we can beat around the rust. Yeah. A little something like this. Really? All this rust is holding her on tight. It's off. We get this puppy off. See, it looks like it does come off. It just really rotted on there. Like this one, it's getting there. How are we getting this other piece off? We need it off there. I think I may just try to, dang it, get the nut back on. Break this thing off. Uh-huh. There we go. Looks like it's somewhat welded right there. Flip it over. Slowly getting off here. Do the same thing over here. It's off. I'm going to clean this thing up so we can have a nice welding surface now. Check that out, dude. Pretty sweet. Do the same thing to this one, and we'll get back the piece of metal over here that's made. Get these welded on, and we can start patching that thing completely in. Check it out. Should we do anything about that rust in there? Good to go, Joe. Get you guys real close and personal with the action. But it fits. I would like to get these nuts all the way on and run them all the way down if I could, so these things are somewhat straight. There we go. Just make sure that they get welded on pretty straight. That's all I'm going after there. Oh my God. You guys see what's going on with my welder? Every time it touches the metal without me pulling the trigger, it just goes off. If you know what's going on with that, please let me know in the comments, because I'm not professional with this stuff at all. Just trying to figure this crap out so I can get this welded on. It's making my welds look pretty bad. If it wasn't bad enough. I'm calling it there. This welder's just it's not doing its job right. Something's going on with it. Every time it touches the metal, just anywhere, without me pulling the trigger, it goes off, and then it gets stuck in the freaking needle. It's driving me nuts. I think it'll get the job done, though. Let's get this panel in for the final time and start tacking it in. Well, I hope I can tack it in, because this welder is going all kinds of crazy right now on me. I don't understand what's going on. Why is that set all the way to 100? Something got messed up. I must have bumped into that. Maybe what's going on here. Try to get it in here without burning myself or stabbing myself. That hurt. Get this bolt back in right here just for a couple seconds. This thing where it somewhat needs to be. All right, I think we're good to go. Let's get this panel off and start getting her welded in. Oh, am I excited. Man, that took forever. It is finally in there. Oh, man. That's looking pretty freaking sweet. It is finally in there, you guys. It took forever. I got the inside welded up down that crack. The welder is very finicky. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It will act up on me. I'm holding the mic right now. It'll act up on me, and then I'll shut the thing off and turn it back on, and it starts working better. I don't know if it's like not putting the gas in the right area. I don't know. This thing was used. It sat in our room, a parts room, for years, and I asked our manager if I could have the thing, and he gave it to me. We don't use it no more. I don't know, man. That thing's pretty rough. It does the job. It definitely does the job, but you have to watch it because the welds are dirty. And like I said, the trigger, I won't be pulling the trigger, and it'll just keep welding, and then it'll weld the tip up. I think that's why I fight a lot of this thing, is because of how bad my welder actually is. She is finally done. Next video, we're probably gonna start tackling, just work our way across, just start doing hole, just until we get to all the holes, And then this side, saving this for last because it's going to be the next challenging headache, If you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like, subscribe, share, make a comment, interact with the video so the video does better. I know you guys probably hear YouTubers say that all the time, but it actually does help. I didn't think we'd get this far in this video. The left side of this car is back together. Hopefully we can finish up the firewall next video. This side was definitely the worst side, and a lot of trial and error. And I found a guy that actually makes the frame rails for these cars. $450 for the pair. Ooh. But I'll probably end up buying them because I don't want to mess with trying to put these together. If I can just get them sent to me, they're ready to go in, that'll save a lot of freaking hassle and time. We're going to keep trucking along and get this car painted. My goal is to have this car painted before Christmas. You know, that's doable. We ain't got that much rust to fix. Yeah, we do. We got a lot of rust to fix. And the interior on this car, I actually don't want it to be black. It's going to be a lot of work. And honestly, I don't know if it's even going to happen yet. I would love to make this car tan inside. I don't know. The car's going to be white. I think tan interior would look awesome. Let me know what you guys think about that. If you enjoyed, please just think about what I said. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.